Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Ruby and I am VP Sales at CareSmarts. I'm so excited to see so many folks joining in, and I'm excited for what's in store for all of you. Thank you for joining us today and spending the hour with us. Before we dive in, a few housekeeping details here. All attendees are on mute, but you have the opportunity to access the chat to share your thoughts and feedback. And if you have a question during the session, please use the Q&A section and type it at any time. I hope we managed to get some time at the end of the session to address them, but we'll also do our best to address the questions in real time as well. So I'll keep an eye on the Q&A section for you. This webinar is being recorded, so we will share the webinar recording and the slide deck at the end of the webinar. And as I said, you're all muted, but you have access to the Q&A section plus the chat section to share your thoughts and feedback. Today's agenda, we have our great panel here. We have great speakers from Paychex. I will introduce our panelists shortly. A little bit about CareSmarts to start with. It's a cloud-based platform designed for non-medical home care agencies, and it helps to streamline the agency's daily operations and compliance, including scheduling, EVV, third-party billing that includes Medicaid, long-term care insurance, even private pay, and of course, payroll. That's exactly why we are here today, to navigate payroll challenges in the home care industry. As I said, we have a great panel today, and I'm glad to introduce our guest speakers now. With us today, we have Zeke Roberts, the sales account executive, the sales account manager at Paychex. Unfortunately, I don't see Derek here. If he joins, he'll introduce himself. And then we have John Michael, area sales manager at Paychex. Now I will let them introduce themselves and get started. But let's start with you, Zeke.
Hey, so I am the strategic account manager for Paychex with CareSmarts 360, and so I get to deal with the clients, and I get to keep you as a client, and we have a streamlined process. And so that's what I'm here for, is to help build the bridge between CareSmarts and Paychex. And then John Michael.
Yep. Hey guys, I apologize in advance for the early Christmas decoration. So I'm at our rental cabin in North Georgia. We only come here a few times a year, so it's my only chance to get the tree up. But we are in the Christmas spirit and excited for this webinar. I've been with Paychex for 13 years. As Zeke shared, he's one of my top reps. He's a great wealth of knowledge, but here to support and be an extra set of eyes and ears to help however I can.
Thank you. Thank you, John Michael. We really like the Christmas tree. Early Christmas decoration never hurts. It looks beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, Zeke, I will stop my screen share and let you share your screen and get started.
All right, can everybody see that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure it's on the right screen. So we're just going to go through a little bit about payroll taxes so that we want to inform you and make sure that you know exactly what we're talking about as you use our product. So the first one is understanding unemployment claims. And unemployment claims are requests for financial assistance by individuals who have lost their jobs through no fault of their own. So these are employees that have been laid off, not fired, or some sort of action taken place to where they don't qualify for the unemployment claims. These claims are typically submitted to the state government agencies and are designed to provide temporary financial support to unemployed workers. So once they qualify for those, you pay those taxes in. Also, depending on your turnover rate, those taxes will change some. The impact of state unemployment insurance on employers is high employee turnover or frequent layoffs can increase the employer's SUI tax rate. We like to say that that's the only thing that you can somewhat control as far as taxes. So if you offer the benefits needed so that someone will stay on, then you have to pay less taxes. And that's what the employee retention is crucial to the cost, the benefits that you have for your company, the structure that you have. And you must manage those records accurately. So if someone files one of those against you, then you have to respond within a certain time. And with Paychex, you get to actually keep those that documentation within the system, and also CareSmart's 360 if there was some sort of action that caused them to be laid off, fired. So we get to tax filing and remittance, deciding whether if your employee is a 1099 versus a W-2. There's a lot of 1099s in this space, in this industry, but we also do have employees that, you know, you want to look at the benefits, 401k, things like that, so that you can keep them on. It is the employer's responsibility for filing versus remitting the 940 and 941 forms. And that's another thing that we take care of for you. So your quarterly and your end of the year filings, we already have the information from your payroll and all of that. So therefore we can file those for you. And that takes care of you know, Social Security, Medicare, FICA, SIT, FIT, you know, all of those different taxes. And then I'm going to let John Manchester hop in so that he can talk through the state mandated requirements and some different things about, he's the 401k rep for this brand.
I came off video real quick. So yes, thank you, Zeke. The federal government has already put in place what's called the Secure Act. They've actually gone through 2 versions of this to help small businesses or businesses in general offset any costs. Now, within different retirement programs, 401k being the most popular, and obviously everyone knows what a 401k is, this doesn't require a match, and that can often be something that holds people back. But it also is something that you, based on a conversation, can be a great recruiting tool and a retention tool to keep those employees around longer, so you don't have to go through the state unemployment scenario we just talked about. So if you put it in place, it keeps people with your business. It can attract new people to your business, and there are also great tax advantages. The states listed below, and that link is a website Paychex provides. It goes through any pending legislation for your state. So I know I used to live in Pennsylvania. So in Pennsylvania, it is a pending legislation, but I now live in New York. In New York, it is an active legislation with a deadline. So in order to have these types of things, California, for example, has a $250 per employee fine for not offering a retirement plan. Doesn't have to be 401k, but it does have to be a retirement plan. There are state plans available, and going through a consultation with your Paychex representative will uncover what fits best for you, your business, and your employees. Zeke, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Jonathan. All right, Ruby.
Yeah, so that's also, thank you, Zeke. So we have a question. The question says, is the upload process into Paychex just a CSV upload of the gross payroll data, or does Paychex have an API integration? I will start with an answer. It is an API integration. There is no manual upload or download happening between CareSmarts and Paychex. Once you approve your shifts in CareSmarts and you generate your payroll batch, that's when you have the opportunity to sync your payroll batch from CareSmarts to Paychex using the API integration. So you don't have to download any CSV or spreadsheet from CareSmarts to upload in Paychex. Zeke, do you have anything else to add on that?
Yeah, so a lot of people say that they integrate with a lot of companies. I'm not naming names or anything, but like the person asked, it's a lot of export this and import that, and that goes away. If you enter in certain things into Paychex, it will go back to CareSmarts, and CareSmarts flows over to Paychex. So if somebody updates something in one and not the other, it will do that automatically. Not in every single field. You know, there's some specific things, but all the things that we need for employee data, wages, things like that, they flow from CareSmarts to Paychex. You can actually get to Paychex from within your CareSmarts. There's an icon. That's how much of an API there is that we you know, you can access Paychex through your CareSmarts platform.
Yeah, correct. And then on top of that, you protect your sensitive employee information using the APIs. So you're not exporting data, and then during the export and import, this is sensitive information that you want to protect. That's the benefit of having API integration. Then you reduce so many payroll processing errors because, again, you are not manually updating anything. You are not documenting things manually and creating manual timesheets. It's all automated. CareSmarts is a compliant system. It's an EBV compliant system. So when caregivers are punching in and punching out, between those punch in and punch out, the hours that are calculated are electronic, and you have the opportunity to verify that information, to review and manage that information before you approve your final hours, and those final hours are then pushed to Paychex for the actual payroll processing. So it reduces error. You don't have to do any manual calculations, and you also protect your sensitive employee information using the API integration between CareSmarts and Paychex. This is the opportunity if you have more questions. I see in the attendees, I see some of our clients, CareSmarts users joined in. So if you have more questions about Paychex, we have the entire team available today to answer any questions related to your CareSmarts and Paychex integrations on Paychex and CareSmarts integration topics. Let's wait for another minute or so if anybody comes up with a question. Is Paychex the only option for payroll in your platform? No, Paychex is not the only option in our platform. We have other options available. Our support team, our customer success team can reach out to you to discuss other options, but we do have more options for payroll processing.
And just on the Paychex side, we have strategic accounts that we work with. So I have certain brands and softwares that I work directly with. So it allows us to know any issues that come up, anything that, you know, this vertical, all I do all day is talk to people in the home care space. And so since I'm assigned, me and Ruby work together closely. If we need something fixed, or if we have a client that we need to talk through, then we talk through that, and also our upper level management. And I get to keep you as a client. So instead of me, you know, onboarding you and then passing you off and you never hear from me again, I spoke to one of my clients yesterday that's had CareSmarts since last March and Paychex, and their life has been much easier. So you can use the other platforms, but Paychex is built for small business. We have 750,000 clients, and our space is small business, to where a lot of the other vendors want larger clients, you know, 10,000 employees, things like that. So it's more personal, so that we can build a relationship and make sure that we take care of you from here out.
True. Yes. We have dedicated account manager at Paychex. So if you're using CareSmarts and you're using Paychex as well, so there's a seamless integration, and we have dedicated account managers at both ends to support your operations and payroll both.
All right.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for attending the session. We will be sending you the recording and the slide deck for additional resources. We have put together some resources here to give you more information if you want to learn more about any of those products, CareSmarts and Paychecks. We have all the links available in the slide deck. And thank you, Zeke and John Michael, for joining in. And we will talk soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.